Hello, hello. Welcome to the self-healing audio for this week. I hope this finds you doing very well. Changing the feeling of I to I feel good, I feel blessed, I feel in control of my health, I feel loved, I feel I am love. And I hope you're starting to feel these things unconsciously. They just are. And that's what happens when we do this work on a consistent basis. We build those neural pathways those are the automatic responses in our brain. And that becomes who we are. When that becomes who we are on an unconscious level, then that is outpictured in our world. Earth is for image making. That's what we're doing here. We're learning our power to create the life around us based on our consciousness within. So within as without, right? What is within is outpictured. That is the great secret, I guess, or the great unknown that we are waking up from. So I'm not getting religious on you. I'm just getting scriptural to start this into our image making. So know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you. That's 1 Corinthians 3:16. The Spirit of God dwelleth in you. All right, this is not about religion. It's about teaching about miracles. Jesus was a great master teacher. And he could do what he did because he knew himself as God. And he was trying to teach you that you can do the same thing. Be still and know that I am God. Doesn't mean that Jesus is God, although he is. But we are all God. Every human has within them the creative, imaginative power of the great creator, right? So the creative power in man sleeps and needs to be awakened. Awake thou that sleepeth, and arise from the dead. Ephesians 5:14. So we can do what these scriptures are trying to tell us that we can do. So I want you to contemplate when it says that God dwelleth within you, what the energy of God means to you. And the energy of God, if it dwelleth within you, means that it is you, means that what you think God can do is what you can do as well. So what are the qualities of God? And this is not religious, so not like a religious God, right? God meaning universal love, creation itself, all power, right? What does the energy of God mean to you? And start to work that into how you feel about yourself. Give the qualities that you give God, give those to yourself. You are that. And the degree to which you start giving those qualities to yourself is the degree to which you will see them in your life. The closer we live to God, the more power we have of God, right? The more we feel into these qualities of unconditional love, unconditional prosperity, unconditional ability to heal and create life experience, the ability to forgive easily, to see the big picture, to love everyone, to have extreme patience, to feel that it's always in your hands. There's nothing outside of yourself to feel disempowered by. It's all you. It's all in your hands. It really is. It's about not giving into the senses, the news, the president, the not giving into what we're picking up with our senses, but feeling inside the truth of us, feeling inside the truth of our ideal. So what we do in these audios is practice that feeling of image making, of using our imagination, which you can do at any time, of course, and certainly without these audios. They give you a framework to practice if this is new material for you. Sometimes it helps to have that framework of how do we really use our imagination as God, as the creative power that we have, that we've been given. This is the gift that we have been given, that we're not taught what it really means or how to use it. Feeling the feeling of the desired state accomplished is how we accomplish it. So, and that can be difficult. It's very difficult. Well, it takes practice. We'll just say that it takes practice, but it's not that hard, right? It's not that hard because we can imagine. So let's strengthen our imagination. So strengthen your imagination with me now for a few minutes. So just sit and take a deep breath. So just kind of bring yourself into theta. Just a few deep breaths with me. So you've been working with changing the feeling of I. And we want that feeling of I to start being the ideal, right? Feeling into our ideal. So now in this place, I want you to feel your ideal. Feel what it feels like to be your ideal self in every area of your life, not just with your health. Certainly feel your ideal health, your ideal fitness, your ideal agility, but also feel your ideal in your relationships. Show up as your ideal in relationships now. How would your ideal be in relationship to your children, to your spouse, to your employees, co-workers, friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, any of that, to yourself? How are you in relationship with yourself? What does your inner talk to yourself look like and feel like? What is your ideal inner voice saying about yourself now? Feeling into your ideal. What is your ideal in your creative work and how you spend your day, your business, your job, your daily activities, your functions? What is your ideal there? If your ideal is gardening and swimming and breathing, wonderful. Let that be your ideal. Don't try to make your ideal fit into how you perceive your life. Just in this wonderful treat of image making, allow your ideal to truly be your ideal. How do you really want to spend your day? What's your ideal day? What are your ideal weekdays? What are your ideal weekends? Who are the ideal people that you want around you? Feel into that. Feel that. Where are you? How does it feel? What are you eating? Who are you with? Make it as real and visceral and virtual as possible. Smile and laugh. I want you to hear a conversation inside your mind, a real conversation between you and an ideal person, your ideal and this ideal other, whomever it may be. And hear a conversation back and forth and make it as real as if you were on the phone with this person. An ideal conversation and a conversation that makes you joyful. Doesn't that feel good? It feels good. It's real. It just happened. It happened in consciousness. What's your ideal financial life? What's your ideal social and travel life? Feel into these ideals now. What are you doing? Where are you traveling? What are you spending money on? How much are you spending? What are you contributing? Who are you sharing your funds with? Feel into this ideal. Now I want you to have a conversation with someone pertaining to your finances. Whoever that other person may be. Whether it's your spouse and you're telling them about this awesome contract that you just got, or whether it's anything. I don't know what is happening in your life right now that makes sense for you, but go with something that you can feel and have a conversation that involves ideal funds. Doesn't that feel good? You just told your whole family you're going on a safari in Africa, or doing something that you've always wanted to do, and it's easy to do it. It's a no-brainer. Feel into that. The purpose of all of this is to get the muscle working of image making for your ideal. Because when we circle back then to picturing our ideal health, our ideal body temple, our ideal vitality and energy level and flexibility and agility, our ideal movement, all of the practice that we're doing in all the areas of our life will show us that we can, in fact, create this ideal in our health. So feeling into your ideal health for a few minutes. Feels good, doesn't it? This is you. This is the truth of you. You're building the blueprint for your ideal in this work that we do. And it will harden to fact. It will. So continue to do this throughout the week as much as you can. Try to feel yourself as your ideal as much as possible throughout your life. And of course, it's so much easier when we go into a meditative state and we practice this image making. So much easier. But now if we can take this just like the quote that I read to you last week about viewing the city from the feeling of your wish fulfilled. She matched that state desired and granted herself what sleeping men ask of God. Viewing the city from the feeling of your wish fulfilled means moving throughout your day, whatever you may be doing, even if it has to do with something uncomfortable, even if you are going to a treatment that's unsavory to you, or you do have things to do throughout the day that aren't your ideal. You can deny the senses and forgive it, and still in your consciousness be projecting your ideal, even from those spaces of physically having to maybe do something that's not your ideal. If you practice this in earnest, with faith that your ideal will show up, then it will. And it's very exciting, and I can't wait to hear your stories about that happening. So practice this all week. Great, great love here for you. And I'll talk to you next week. Okay, ciao.